Over the years, our family's had a share of health problems.
So prescriptions are a part of our life.
Before we went to the big box store.
We both thought it would help us save. But with the long lines and impersonal service, filling prescriptions became a chore. That's when a friend recommended D&H.
Now Tristan knows our prescriptions. Brenda always helps us find the right vitamins. And after Dad's fall, Monica's been a real expert with all our home medical needs. All without the lines.
Trust and service.
That's our D&H.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, November the 19th. It's good to have you here. And we got a guy on that I haven't seen for a long time, Rick Rowden.
Oh, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again, too. And you're here to tell us about the Teen Challenge, and I really don't know a lot about that. So explain what it is.
Absolutely. Teen Challenge actually is a organization, a faith-based ministry that goes back to 1958. It started up in Pennsylvania, New York area, where a gentleman by the name of David Wilkerson went into New York, brought gang members out to a farm in Pennsylvania, put them to work on the farm, and helped them recover from drug and alcohol addiction.
How did he get the gang members to go out to the farm?
Well, it's quite a story. I don't know if you recall a book called Crossing the Switchblade, or a movie that Pat Boone starred in years ago. It was about Teen Challenge.
Yeah.
And from that has now been, there's 1,200 centers globally, with 250 in the United States. We deal with adult males, females, adolescent males and females. So even though we've maintained the name Teen Challenge, we actually sort of run the gamut of ages.
Now, are you dealing mainly with drug abuse?
Yes, drug and alcohol.
Drug and alcohol abuse.
Right, and centers are different, but our particular center is a year-long residential program. And most of the centers are where the women or men come in and live there for a year.
How are they admitted into the program?
Well, it is an application process. We get a lot of referrals. We have no, we very seldom have vacancies, if you will, because the need is so great. Matter of fact, they say in Cole, Boone, and Callaway County that there's over 5,000 homes where children are living with an addicted mother. So locally, there's a lot of need. And so there's an application process that they go through, and then they are accepted into the program. And at that point, there's we do an induction fee, and I won't get into that, but our particular home, which is up by Clark, Missouri, takes no federal funds. It's all privately donated through churches and individuals, businesses and foundations. So they can actually come in the home, and even though we encourage them to try to reach out to family to help pay for the time when they're there, they're not required to do so.
They don't have to.
Right.
If they have no income, they're still welcome to stay there.
That's right.
And you're taking in a mother and a child.
Yeah, our center is unique. Again, out of the 250 in the United States, there's only 4 that actually take in mothers and children. And so ours will be the 5th in the United States. So the mothers can come in, and then the children can come in with them. And it really removes an obstacle for women to get help. You find that statistics show that for women to access help for drug and alcohol recovery is very limited, simply because they're typically the caregiver for the child, and usually the situation at home is not the best. So we remove that obstacle so they can come into the program, they can bring their children in. We'll help educate their children, love on their children, and help sort of rehabilitate them as well while the mom is there.
Are the moms, are they working during that period, or are they just staying there?
They stay there, but we actually, one unique thing, and this was started back in 1958 when I said that the members would come out to the farm and work. We actually have a business enterprise that we're currently developing. So every center has a micro enterprise that the women are involved in. So it helps them add value to what they're doing. It also helps support them while they're there, and so they'll be involved in that a few hours a week. It doesn't take a lot of their time.
But can they go off-site and hold down another job?
No.
They have to stay there.
That's correct.
And what about the children? Are they allowed to go to public school?
Yes.
So they will go to public school.
Right. Some centers do a schooling there on site, and then some go to public school.
But yours go to public school.
We haven't completely decided yet. Our women will we'll start enrolling our women here within the next 30 to 45 days. We're finishing up the hiring of our staff. So we're relatively new, and for sure new in this area. But that's sort of to be determined as which way we're going to go with that.
If somebody listening to us this morning, if they want to really delve into this and find more information, perhaps they're thinking they would like to help out, is there a website they can go to get all the information that they want about
Correct.
the Teen Challenge?
It's tcimo.org.
So www.tcimo.org. And you have to type in any specific...
No, there's a bar there that says Central Missouri, and that's our local center. We're connected to a center, men's center in Neosho, as well as some overseas projects on that same website. But if they'll click on Central Missouri, it'll bring them to our site.
Okay, and it's called the Teen Challenge in Clark, Missouri.
And actually, because of the location, Primrose Hill, primrose is the first rose of summer, and it's a native wildflower to Missouri.
Right.
And we have 43.5 acres there, and there's lots of wildflowers there.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And so it's
Where,
sort of...
are you right in Clark, Missouri?
We're west of 63 as you're going north up toward Moberly. So we have a Clark address,
right?
But we're not in Clark, the city of
right.
Clark. Yeah.
Right.
But Primrose Hill, Teen Challenge, Primrose, like I said, first rose of summer. It sort of signifies also, a mother that's coming out of a winter, a dark time in her life, coming into the spring, and so the Primrose was a very fitting name for that.
The living facilities, is it set up like a home environment?
It is very much like a home. Matter of fact, it's just been an amazing blessing. We have a 5,700 square foot home with 8 bedrooms, large home, three stories, and so
kitchen.
It got big kitchen and eating.
So do they do their own cooking?
There'll be some, they'll do it collectively as a group, but they'll have their time in their own areas with their children, and so it's very much like a home environment. It's more that way than sort of an institutional type of deal, or and so we're really excited about that. A great big front porch and a big deck and 43 acres right in the middle of some farmland, and
that's
nice. Just a great
And
place.
hopefully come next summer and spring, they'll have a garden out and
we
work
will.
in the garden and grow your own food.
Absolutely, and we're going to have a big fall festival. We're going to invite the public up to see the home. And
when is that going to be?
Well, I think it's going to be October the 23rd.
Next year.
Of next year.
Next year.
Yeah. So
can people, if they're thinking of making a donation, can they come up and see the home now?
Absolutely. If they want to give me a call, I'll give you my number. It's 573-268-6026.
268
6026.
6026 if you want a personal tour of the home.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, go to check it out on the website, and that would be
www.tcimo.org.
Okay, and you can get all the information you need.
Right.
Rick Rowden, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Paul. Good to see you again.
You need to chat with Joy Sweeney, who is, she was on last week talking about Council for Drug-Free Youth.
We are working out those networks now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we've got Peggy Kirkpatrick on from the Food Bank. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Lowell Thomas, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.